$30 million is a significant amount of money to raise,
Yeah.
right? You don't just wake up one day and say, hey, you know what? I need about $30 million. So talk to me about this journey, how you went from, wholesaling to, well, I guess, did you have private money before you did self-storage?
Yes. So I got private money starting to do rehabs.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, one of my best friends was doing really well with like internet marketing,
Mm-hmm.
and so he was my first lender. We were buying houses from like tax deed auction, and then through our wholesale company, um, rehabs, and he would fund the whole deal. We split the deals 50-50. Did a good number of deals with him, and then
So
I
before you continue, right? So
Yep.
everyone is listening, because I think this is one of the things that people kind of get wrong, where they're like, whether it's hard money, private money, whatever, it's like when you're getting started, you don't need to make 80-90% of the profits.
Yes.
You could start off in 50-50, right? If I got Alex's money, I'll source the deal, run the flip, deal with the subs, right? As a small operator, and then sell it on the MLS. I'll do all the work.
Yeah.
You fund the down payment, the closing costs, the rehab, the draws, and all
Everything.
these things. All right?
Makes it super easy. I always say like a little bit of something's better than 100% of nothing.
Yeah.
So if you get a piece of it, you get experience, you build up track record,
Mhm.
then you can maybe start being a little bit more demanding or try to change the terms. But whatever you got to do to get that first deal, start utilizing people's capital to propel yourself forward.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
So when I started off, everything was 50-50.
Oh.
And then we evolved to 70-30. And then we evolved now, it's just 10% of interest that we borrow.
Yeah.
Right? No. And they still fund everything, right? The down payment, the closing costs, the rehab.
Yep.
And it's just 10%, no payments until we close again.
Yep.
So you start off 50-50 with an internet marketing guy. That's
Yeah.
a friend of yours.
Yep.
Okay. So continue.
So after that, through a lady that I sold properties to, I sold a couple of her properties that were rentals in like Kissimmee, Poinciana. She actually asked me, "Do you ever borrow people's capital to do deals? Like you just sold these 4 houses. I got this capital sitting here." And I was like, "Yes, I do." So I had the track record.
Mhm.
So I went to her house, pitched her, "These are deals we've done, bought and sold. This is what we can do for you. This is what it looks like. We have a mortgage, a note, a lender's policy, an insurance policy. This is how you're protected."
Mhm.
And then she lent me some money.
Mhm.
Did a deal with her, and then did another deal with her. She gave me a referral for somebody. Did a deal with her and her friend, and then she's like, "Well, bring the deals to me first before you bring them to my friend." And I was like, "Okay, no problem." So I started bringing her deals, and she a lot of times never said no. And so I just kept building a relationship with her,
Mhm.
and we did a mobile home park deal. She went to us on that as an equity partner, and we just started doing a lot more deals together here and there. I had some other investors on the side, but majority of that 30 million has been from her, single investor, where we've been just turning her money on different rehabs, new builds, mobile home parks,
Mhm.
self-storage now.
So really, it was one person, which is a friend, to a person that you bought her properties, a referral. I mean, really, just like 3 main players
Ugh.
got you $30 million.
100%. And actually, right before I met her, going back to uh, like manifesting your life, I went to a private money boot camp with Alan Cowgill
Mhm.
in Jacksonville. Went to that boot camp. He talked about writing down your goals and what you're going to accomplish and how much you're going to raise, and wrote down my goals, speaking my goals in the morning, manifesting it. She calls me, and my goal was like, I'm gonna raise 500 grand in the next 90 days. She calls me and she's like, "Do you ever borrow money for investment?"
Mm.
It's like literally, you can speak your life into existence. So
Right.
that what actually I feel like propelled me to get to her, and then that has led to
Right.
many millions of dollars.
The key, though, there's a few different things here, is a track record
Yep.
and doing what you said you were going to do,
Yeah.
which sounds really easy. But for some reason, it's not how it works,
Yeah.
right? I've had the unfortunate situation where I was dragged into a lawsuit, which I had no responsibility in,
Yeah.
because there was another influencer in our space, right, who borrowed money and then didn't pay his private money person back,
Wow.
right? And this was not like a small amount of money; it was like $250,000, and I got dragged into it. It was like, wow, like people you think should have their stuff together
Yeah.
and teach it and
Yeah.
get paid while teaching it,
Wow.
don't necessarily
Yeah. That's terrible.
have their stuff together, right? So yeah, so do what you say you're gonna do is a big thing.
Yeah, I lost, not tremendously, but there was a deal where it took too long. We put too much money. We overdid it. Didn't
Mm,
get the price we wanted. I lost, I think, like 6, 9 grand. She made like $40,000,
mhm.
and so she got paid in full, exactly what she wanted to get. She was supposed to get. We just did a refinance on a property. We had to put 20K into the refinance. I owned this property for like 3 years on a
Mhm.
rehab. Massive issues. Contractor stole from me. Code violations. Getting shut down with reg tagged. And she got all her money. She got everything. I'm still on the property. Luckily, appreciation has helped.
Right.
But I have a lot of my personal money into the deal. But she's fully paid
They
and,
get paid.
taken care of always.
Yeah. I mean, I had a situation, I've talked about it last year where, we got caught with a few properties with the,
Yeah.
massive correction in Phoenix. And I called the lender. It's like, hey, on this deal, I just want you to know I'm really short on this one, right? Like, I think between 3 properties, we lost 70 grand last year, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, look, I'm going to need you to carry this note for like at least another month after we close, right? So I think after we close, I still owed her like 37K, which we paid her the next month, right? But it was an adult conversation.
Communication.
Hey,
Yeah.
so here's the situation we're in, right? We're in a nuclear winter right now in real estate, at least in the Phoenix market. And we got hosed in this deal and we don't have a ton of revenue coming in. Give me a month, I'll make you whole.
Oh.
And I think it ended up being 5 weeks. Like, hey, can I just have one more week?
Yeah,
Right.
if you communicate and you tell them what's going on, they're more than typical willing to work with you. You
Right.
just got to have those conversations
Yeah. Nothing drives people crazier than silence,
for sure.
right? Because then they start making up their own stories and like, what's going on with my money? Am I
Yeah.
gonna find this guy and so on? So if you like what you just saw, click this video next to me to watch the full episode.